Hey gamers, ready to dive in? And this time it's the Inquisitor. I have 3.2 hours on record, effectively 2.2 since I've spent the first hour screwing it up. You can miss some tutorial interactions by advancing the plot too soon. So when you get to a shrine that mentions it's a good place to visit some weirder place, back off unless you don't mind missing those side tasks. So, riding with a whiteley of 2 hours and 12 minutes under my belt, I can say, so far I love this game. I had to warn you it's not for everyone though. The few professional reviewers that are out there will testify to that, though they aren't entirely negative. You have to like the slow burn, and so far at least a lot more looking around than fighting. Which is fine for me, and if the looking around is interesting, which it is. There will be the QTS and stealth segments too, which I generally detest. But here's they're easy even for a chump like me, again so far. Here then are some early impressions. First, unlike the Witcher series, the polished dark fantasy books that inspired this game. Guess there must be something good in the water over there. Have unfortunately not yet been published in English, but the setting is in Hood. The game takes place in 1533, exactly 1500 years of Church reckoning after Christ's resurrection in our timeline, or after his terrible vengeance in the game. I know this setting offends some people, it's disrespectful. Blasphemous mockery, they believe, and while I can understand this reaction, I really don't get the impression that this story is arguing the 16th century would have been so much better if Christianity didn't preach forgiveness and mercy and love and all. That said, the vengeful world is alternate Christ created still behaves by most of the same rules as ours nominally does. Stealing, murder, and other offenses are still crimes. It's kind of like Adam's family. They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. And yet aside from the sinister trappings, they mostly behave the same as the other civilized people. Long story short, unless you're looking to take offense, you probably won't be offended. Though as I said, I'm only 2 hours in, so I could be very wrong in the long run. If so, may Chris forgive me, or may I at least endure my deserved punishment with dignity? Performance-wise, I have no major complaints, but I'm playing on a decent machine, 12900F and 3080 Ti, and I'm using a 60 FPS cap. Even so, there are occasional hitches where the game has a split-second freezes. Nothing game-breaking or frequent, but there will be a hiccup every few minutes. Graphically, I think it looks great. Not quite as refined as Witcher 3, and the world is zone-based rather than seemingly open, but still the art direction is pretty sweet, or convincingly crappy where it needs to be. However, despite its ambitious premise, the Inquisitor falls short in several key areas. Most notably, its graphical presentation leaves much to be desired, especially considering the standards of 2024. The visual lack of the polish and detail expected in modern gaming, failing to truly immerse players in the atmospheric world it seeks to create. Additionally, while the audio aspects are serviceable, they fail to leave a lasting impression, hovering in the realm between the mediocre and forgettable. Further detractions from the experience are the stiff and wooden animations, which detract from the overall immersion and fail to convey the depth of emotion or urgency required in critical moments. Action sequences lack of the necessary challenge to truly engage players, and the choices presented throughout the game often feel opaque, leading to a sense of frustration rather than the empowerment. I sprang through the deluxe edition mainly because I wanted to see the PDF world book that it includes, and while I haven't read it all because I wanted to actually play the game and to avoid many spoilers, it's fascinating and has some great backstory of the 8 or so pages I've checked out. Considering that the deluxe edition is still cheaper than most mainstream games, and also includes extra cosmetic gear and a downloadable soundtrack, it's worth considering, and I often skip deluxe editions. That's all about what I can say so far. Short summary: if you're willing to drop 40 or 50 bucks on the twisted modern baby of The Witcher 3 and LA Noire, here's your chance. Thank you guys for watching this review. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you in the next videos.